Hey everyone, Fina from Fina Reads. Welcome to the rapid fire book tag that I was tagged in by the amazing Christina from Paper, Pages and Possibilities. Her channel is down below in the description. The rapid fire book tag requires me to rapid firely answer. I know this is not accurate, but I need to get hyped up and speedy. Answer these 24 what the F questions. I think the challenge is to do that in 3 minutes. I'm not quite sure if she just challenged me to do it in 3 minutes or if that's the general challenge. I have a gut feeling this is not gonna happen, but here we go. All right. Ebook or physical book? For the longest time, physical book, but lately I have been leaning more towards ebooks since I invested into a Kindle Scribe. I'm loving the reading experience on that. I don't know if it's the bigger screen or what, but I have been reading a lot more digital books in 2024 and so far in 2025. Paperback or hardback? Paperback for reading, hardback for displaying on the shelves, even though this is all more paperback. All my hardbacks of my favorite books are over there. Online or in-store book shopping. If it is for, I just need this book really, really fast and then don't want to leave the house, definitely online. But generally, I like in-store book shopping more just because you can look at things, you find more things, your credit card can cry more, that kind of stuff. Trilogies or series? Honestly, I don't care as long as it's good. I only veto trilogies if it could have been a 1 or 2 book type of series and they forced it into a trilogy. And you can feel it because there's a lot of just random bloat in there. But generally, if the story warrants it, either one is really fine. I don't mind reading 9, 10, 100 book series if it is entertaining and amazing and doesn't get boring. And I love trilogies too. Heroes or villains? I think I'm kind of more a heroes person, although I enjoyed V.E. Schwab's Vicious and Vengeful. Was a lot of fun, and there are a couple books that came out recently that are more villain driven, like The Long Evil, I believe the other one called, and I can see them being fun, but generally speaking, especially when it comes to fantasy, I'm more a heroes kind of girl. A book you want everyone to read? Green Rider. For too long, there has not been a video where I mentioned Green Rider, which is actually not true because I believe I just recently had one. Anyway, Green Rider by Kristen Britton. Read it if you like that kind of stuff. Recommend an underrated book. I'm actually going to put some links to other videos that I've done down into the description box because there's so many that I'm recommending. I love reading underrated books and I love talking about it. That's just generally what I do on my channel. If you like that kind of stuff, by the way, subscribe because there's a lot of this here, and check out some of my older videos because there's just a lot. But just to, Where Shadows Lie by Allegra Pescatore, or Birds of Prey by Oliver K. Langmead. What else do we have? Mona Award's book are fun that I don't hear talked about very often. Benjamin Averin's Rainfall Saga. I talked about Green Rider. I feel that is also a very underrated book. S.C. Atwell's Aestus, even though you can't purchase it right now, but once you get your hands back on it, it is awesome. The Last Luminian Saga by S.G. Blaze. Those are just some of the ones that I've read recently that I remember. But as I said, check out my description. The last book you finished. Wait, which one was that? Oh, it was Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanaugh. The last book you bought, I cannot say because by the time you're watching this, the video where I filmed the unboxing of said book hasn't come up yet and I don't want to spoil that. So again, prompt, hit the subscribe button so you can watch the video. Weirdest thing that you've used as a bookmark. There's not going to be any gross or weird answer really because it's random paper scraps, or usually I do have bookmarks or a letter or a receipt or the gift notice. If someone gifted me a book from Amazon, I usually use that as a bookmark. A pillow maybe when I was on the couch and didn't have anything, I put a pillow on where I was. I'm sorry, boring answer. Used books, yes or no? Yes, if they still look good. I find it gross. Sometimes you get used books that have stains and weird things and are sticky. I'm no, go away with that. But generally, I don't have an issue with used books. Top 3 favorite genres: fantasy, sci-fi, thriller. borrow or buy. Generally buy, but similar to the physical book ebook conversation, I've been using my library a lot more lately, and I'm challenged myself for this year to buy less and borrow more. So, character or plot? Character, all the way. I'm such a character-driven reader. I need to know what drives someone. I need to know what the motivation is behind a character. So, yeah, absolutely, character-driven. Long or short books? Depends on the mood. I don't mind either. Generally, probably I'm gearing more towards long books. I mean, that comes with a fantasy genre. You need a certain time to explore the world, the characters, all that kind of stuff. Doing that in short books is really, really hard. And generally speaking, when it comes to the fantasy genre, I find short books less satisfying than longer books. Long or short chapters, same. Either way, it depends on the book. Although medium chapters, is there a medium place somewhere? If I'd had to choose, I probably would gear more towards shorter chapters, just because I'm currently reading Malazan, and those are some long chapters, and it is very exhausting. Name the first 3 books you think of. Do you know this? Do not think of red color right now. And the only thing you can think of red colors is I'm blanking right now. Mistborn, the Dragonbone Chair, and Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. 18. Oh, Jesus Christ. We are not even close to be done yet. Books that made you laugh or cry. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros is the last book that made me weep and cry. I'm usually not a crier. There are just 2 other books that I can think of out of the top of my head that actually made me cry. And Onyx Storm is the 3rd book now. And tears. Oh my God. There was something happening towards the end where it was or actually towards the middle, between the middle and the end, somewhere in there, where it was just bawling. I could not believe that was happening. Just oh God, I was a mess at that point. Our world or fictional worlds, same, It's I can go either way. I mean, again, fantasy is my favorite genre, so fictional worlds, although I love a good urban fantasy as well. But I also love a good thriller or romance book that I usually set in our world. It depends on what I'm in the mood for, and I'm generally in the mood for either. There is really no one or the other. It's pretty much 50-50. Audiobooks, yes or no? Generally, no. When it comes to audiobooks, I am still not very good at listening and then comprehending what is happening. And my focus is when I do audiobooks, it's usually something rather straightforward and simple, like a romance book or a thriller that is not too complex. But generally speaking, I read physically, so either digital or in paper form. But I tend to actually read versus listen. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Well, hell yeah. And if anybody says no, they're lying. Everybody does it. People are just very visual, even if you don't think you're visual, because if you don't like something, you don't take it. And if you don't like the cover, even if you can't explain it to yourself, you don't take a look at the book, even though the book might be perfect for you. I don't think there is a person out there. I might be wrong with that. I don't know. But I don't believe there's a person out there who does not even subconsciously judge a book by its cover. I do that all the time. And I think a book cover design is so important, is even more crucial than the good book, because if the cover looks crappy, I'm not even taking a second look at your book. I'm sorry. Book to movie or book to TV adaptation, neither. I don't care about that stuff. My TV habits are very weird. I watch the same thing over and over again. I really try something new, and I generally don't watch TV adaptations or book adaptations. And that goes mostly back to the stuff that is being adapted. I probably haven't read yet. In a lot of cases, that's a lot of times the case. The only thing that I actually want to watch is Asimov's Foundation that they adapted on Apple TV. I haven't watched it yet though, and because I don't have an Apple TV subscription. So most of the stuff that is being adapted, I actually haven't read the book for. So it's kind of hard for me to answer that. Same with the next question, a movie or TV adaptation you preferred more than the book. The only one that I know that I watched is Lord of the Rings, and I didn't like the book and I didn't like the movie. So I have no answer for this question. Series or standalone? Again, that is a mood question. I love sometimes a quick, good standalone, but sometimes I just want to really immerse myself into something and, bite my teeth into something really imaginative and deep and that kind of stuff. So it really depends. I really don't have a preference either or. Alrighty, now I have to tag people. I told you this is not going to be 3 minutes. It's probably 20. I hope not for your sake. But I want to tag some people. So first of all, I want to tag Stacy by the Chapter Conundrum. I think she would have a lot of fun doing this tag. So Stacy, you're tagged. I'm tagging Ted from Ted Read Instead. I think he would also have a lot of fun going through these questions. And since he has a rather new BookTube channel, there might be a lot of things that you can learn about him on who he is as a reader. So Ted, you're tagged. No, that doesn't work. Sorry, I tried to make a wordplay here. And lastly, I'm going to tag Josh from Already Overbooked. I hope you have fun with this one. If you don't have a BookTube channel but want to answer to that question, you can do so down in the comments. Let me know if there's an answer that surprised you. I don't think so. I'm pretty predictable with a lot of things. But thank you so much for joining. If you stuck around for that long, especially thank you for listening to me just ramble on for minutes and minutes about books and reading, although that's why we're here, right? Anyway, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you soon with my next video. Bye!